At this time, if you could please join me in welcoming Brian Webster, President and Chief Executive Officer of PhysioControlling, to the podium. Brian?
Thank you. Thank you. Well, good morning. I think we're in the home stretch, so hang in there. Promise I won't offer any of my political views. We'd be right through lunch if I did. Well, you heard a little bit about earlier about what it's like to start up a medical device company in the Seattle area. I'm going to switch gears a little bit and talk more about how to sustain a medical device company in this area and how to be a global leader for over a long period of time. So I'm going to talk a little bit about PhysioControl. If you're not aware of who we are, we're nestled in a nice 25-acre campus out in the Redmond Valley. We've been out there since around the 1980 time frame. We were originally founded in 1955 in downtown Seattle. We're about a $500 million revenue company, and we are a global market leader. If you're not familiar with our products, you may have seen them in the hospital. Crash cart defibrillators and monitors are used in the emergency medical arena in the hospital. They're used in the critical care areas of the hospital. Crash carts all over the hospital, as well as the cath labs in the hospitals. So very common to see LifePak defibrillators in the hospital. We're also very well known for our pre-hospital presence, and that's in emergency medicine. In fact, around the globe, EMS systems around the globe use LifePak more than any other brand. A new product category for us is our circulatory systems. We have several products that address circulatory challenges in the case of cardiac arrest. And in fact, if any of you, raise your hand if you've ever been trained on CPR. Anybody? See, that's why Seattle's so great, because you guys have all been trained on CPR. If you have been trained, you know that doing really good CPR for any length of time is really hard work. The latest guidelines say that you should do over 100 compressions per minute when doing CPR. And you think about how fast that is. And if you have to do that for more than a couple minutes, that's a really big challenge. And in fact, what we know from the science is that virtually no one does good CPR. So we came up with an automated CPR device. It's called our Lucas product, and you put it on the chest, and it actually does perfect CPR for as long as you need CPR. That product is really taking off for us now globally. We have around 70% market share in that product category, and just doing great there. But probably for most of you, the area that you know physio the best is from the products you may see in your offices or your buildings, and that's automated external defibrillators. We brought our first AED to the market in 1986. Frankly, a little bit ahead of its time back then. Now, of course, you'll see AEDs all over the place, including out in the lobby out here. The AED is a really powerful product, and it's a unique in all the medical device world in that it's really the only product that is truly a doctor in a box. This product is uniquely capable of not only diagnosing a condition, but making a decision on the therapy and delivering the therapy to reverse that condition automatically. And that's a pretty unique product category. And we share leadership in that product category, by the way, with our colleagues over here from Philips. And just a terrific product category globally. You'll see those products in manufacturing facilities, office buildings. It's very typical, if you go into an office building in downtown Seattle, for example, that the security guards at the front desk may be trained on how to use an AED and how to do CPR. You also see them in airports around the globe. You'd be astounded at the number of people whose lives are saved in an airport by an AED globally. In Atlanta, in Chicago, in Amsterdam. They have unbelievable statistics about survival in an airport, really from lay users. And if you go to SeaTac, next time you go through SeaTac, look on the wall and you'll see PhysioControl LifePack defibrillators all over the place. We're also, of course, even more interested now in putting AEDs in schools. This is an area that continues to grow. There are some states, in fact, that have mandated AEDs in schools, in all the public schools. The state of Washington has not yet done that. We should do that. We have not yet done that. But we're making good headway in getting our AEDs into the schools in the state. In fact, recently we put our AEDs in conjunction with the Nick of Time Foundation in every public school in the city of Seattle. And that was a terrific program. We did that a little over a year ago, and within a couple of months we had the first life saved from one of those AEDs. Somebody was saved by a lay rescuer in a gymnasium at a Seattle public school by one of those AEDs. So really terrific. The Seattle Schools Foundation and the Nick of Time Foundation were able to partner with us on that. So you'll see our products all over the place. If you watch TV or you go to the movies, you'll see us on the big screen and the little screen. We've certainly been all over ER and Grey's Anatomy and a number of different television shows. We've helped James Bond along the way in a couple of different movies. And probably our proudest achievement in the movies is, we contributed to saving the life of E.T. Where would we be without E.T. after all, right? We had a LifePack 5 that brought that little creature back to life. So we're all over the place. At the fundamental basis of PhysioControl is an incredibly strong mission, and it's a very simple mission. We make life-saving tools for life-saving teams, and these are unique medical devices of the highest quality that predict or intervene in a life-threatening emergency. That's the real magic of PhysioControl, because the people at our company know every day they make a difference. They make a difference in hundreds and thousands of lives. So we're a very mission-driven company, and that's been a consistent theme for our company for 57 years. We have a rather audacious vision, a vision in which no one dies suddenly from a treatable medical event. And that's really drives us into emergency medicine in a big way. We're making progress towards the mission. So if you look around the country and you look at the survival rates from witnessed ventricular fibrillation, there's a couple of things that I think are really notable here. First of all, if you're in Chicago or New York or Detroit, your chance of survival are just absolutely dismal. The good news for this group is that if you live in the Seattle area or King County, your survival from witness VF is 50%. Consistently 50%. An incredible amount of disparity between those cities and those areas. We really see part of our mission, part of our vision is figuring out how to close the gap between those two segments. And I think the great news is there is a recipe, there's a systematic way of doing that, and we're trying to figure out how to bring that to more cities and more communities. So I want to talk just for a second about what it's like to maintain global leadership and how indeed a company does do that who's been around for a little while. First of all, I think there's three fundamental concepts that really resonate with us when we talk about this. Number one, it helps if you invent the industry, but it's more important that you adapt and grow with the industry. That's really important. Number two, it's staying true to your brand promise. Our brand promise is very simple. We will make superior products and we will provide excellence in service. And staying true to those principles consistently over a long period of time is really fundamental. And the third one, you all know this from the companies that you work with and you participate in, you have to field the best team. Because more often than not, The team with the best players is going to win. We did invent the industry. In 1955, Dr. Carl Edmark was a cardiac surgeon who was trying to solve the problem of cardiac arrest. He developed a breadboard defibrillator that really turned into a long period of innovation for PhysioControl. Many areas of innovation. And we innovated alongside people like the Seattle Medic One that was really trying to figure out how do we bring emergency care out of the hospital and bring it to the field. And the way that we helped develop new products that was able to bring new diagnostic and therapeutic capability along with those capable paramedics and highly trained paramedics into the field really changed the face of emergency medicine. And that continues to rapidly evolve. I can tell you, if you call 911 today and a highly trained paramedic shows up at your door, that is an incredibly skilled individual. Incredibly skilled individual. You couldn't be in better hands anywhere in the world. So we've had 57 years of industry leadership and innovation. And innovation certainly has been at the forefront of that. The second element of maintaining global leadership is really around the brand promise. And as I said, it's around superiority in products and excellence in service. You can't have superiority in products if you don't have superb quality. And what the LifePak product is known for in our industry is incredible reliability. We get to hear all these fantastic stories of our fire department and EMS customers who do unbelievable things to our products. They burn them, they run over them, they drop them in lakes, they throw them out windows in buildings. They just do crazy things to them, and they pick them up and they turn them on and they always work. And that's the kind of brand promise that we have around reliability. Our quality numbers show consistent improvement in our performance in quality and reliability. And our science behind the products continues to be a bedrock for this company. As an example here, we have more scientific study of our defibrillation waveform than all of our competitors combined. We're committed to the underlying science behind our technologies. Some of you may be familiar with the chain of survival, the American Heart Association, the Red Cross. Different organizations do a great job, I think, of publicizing the chain of survival. We've really spent the last couple of decades focused on how do we address each and every element of the chain of survival. We have market-leading diagnostic and communication tools today, cloud-based communication tools that help us to take data from the patient, wherever they may be, and get that in the hands of a caregiver back in a hospital, maybe via their PDA or their other mobile devices. We have these market-leading circulatory assist devices that I mentioned earlier, of course our defibrillation platform, and new emerging areas like therapeutic hypothermia. That's the application of hypothermia to lower the body temperature as the body recovers from sudden cardiac arrest and other disease states. So we've had a lot of focus on addressing that chain of survival. But as we look to the future, for us, it's not just about defibrillation. It's not even about the chain of survival. When we think about what are the issues our customers are dealing with every day, they're dealing with all kinds of things, even broader than cardiac arrest. They deal with certainly other types of chest pain. And when you really think about their job every day, they're dealing with all kinds of other medical emergencies, things like traumatic brain injuries. If you have a kid who's playing youth sports today in the state of Washington, you probably know the issues around TBI. And you know the new state laws around how you have to handle concussion management. There's a lot of scientific advancements that are going to be happening in the area of TBI coming up. But we also know our customers are dealing with sepsis, they're dealing with stroke, and they're dealing with various respiratory disease states. So our goal is to how do we bring our technology, our know-how, and our capabilities to bear to help our customers solve some of these other issues as well. In a global marketplace that we're in today, we recognize that you can't do it all here. You need to be a global company. We have formed global partnerships to help us innovate. And in fact, we have what we call a Chasing the Sun innovation strategy. That means at any given time, at any point in any given day, 24/7, somebody somewhere in the globe is innovating on behalf of PhysioControl. And I know our friends at the Department of Commerce, Hovan, and the rest of the team there recently got back, as you heard from the governor, from a trade mission to India. They have other trade missions planned to Saudi Arabia and to Dubai. And those are great activities to help all of us form these kind of partnerships so we can accelerate innovation and we can solve our customers' problems more rapidly. The second piece of that brand promise is excellence in service. This is very simple. We field the largest and most technically capable field service engineering group in the industry. We've consistently maintained our commitment to that. Knowing your customer and having an intimate relationship with your customer is fundamental to long-term market leadership, and that's one of the ways that we achieve that. The third and final, the way you take those brand promises and convert them into something meaningful is you look at brand loyalty. And I think if any of you are familiar with the Net Promoter Score method of measuring brand loyalty, you'll recognize this slide. Essentially, it's a score system that measures how many of your customers are promoting your brand, not being agnostic to it, not being detracting to it, but promoting your brand. And for us, the PhysioControl brand is right up there with some of the leading brands in the world when it comes to customer loyalty. And that's something that's hard-earned over many, many years. Really, the third and final element of long-term global leadership for us, as I mentioned, is the team. We have a little over 1,100 team members around the globe. We call them team members. We don't have employees at PhysioControl. We never have. We never will. And that's a team that's committed to this incredible mission that we have. We do about 50% of our revenues come from outside the U.S. So when the governor talks about export coming from our industry, we're exporting well over $200 million annually from PhysioControl. That team is the core, but that team is not just the team that is in the PhysioControl facilities, it's also the team in this great community that we all live in. Certainly there's a nice base of fantastic companies like Microsoft, like Boeing and Amazon that provide the support for the technical infrastructure and leadership and management infrastructure that we all need to be productive and successful. We also have that relationship, as I mentioned earlier, with Seattle Medic One and other EMS systems that provide great incubators for us to try new product ideas and get immediate and real-time feedback. And of course, living in the backyard of one of the world's greatest medical research institutions is something that we should all cherish because we do a lot of research with the University of Washington. We have a long heritage with them. In fact, one of the great things that we're doing right now to really invigorate our company is some very fantastic programs that we've developed around interns in our summer programs. We bring interns in and put them on real projects, and they do great work for us, and we end up hiring quite a few of them. So a lot of terrific work going on when it comes to our local community, and really I think it's the theme that we've talked about all day today, which is collaboration. That's one of the things that we have in this community that is rare, and I think we all should leverage that to whatever degree we can. So if you look, if you ask, well, what is this PhysioControl of today all about? It's very simple. We're a mission-driven company. We have people that are committed to making a difference, saving lives every day. We often bring in patients whose lives have been saved or altered, and they tell stories to our team, and that's part of how we really drive that mission into the culture of our company. We're a global leader. We have been for a long time. We intend to keep that position. And we're a local company. We're Washington headquartered. We do all of our research, our engineering, and all of our manufacturing of these life-saving devices right over here in Redmond, Washington. And we like the environment here, and we intend to grow. We're adding about 10% to our head count this year, and we're on a pretty steep plans for growth in the future, and we're pretty excited. I'm sure you can tell, my commitment and passion for the company. I'm really excited about the future of our company, and I want to thank Chris and the WBBA, to see the trajectory that they're on in terms of growing this organization, and I think the way that translates into new jobs, that makes all of us better. So I want to thank you for the opportunity to speak, and thank you for your attention this morning. Thank you.